There is some big travel news from Hawaii about a major redevelopment of resorts on the island of Lanai. The only two main hotels on the island are being renovated and upgraded. They were already beautiful, but now they're going to be even more amazing under the management of the Four Seasons. Hawaii's major newspaper, the Honolulu Star-Advertiser, has been running a series of articles describing the process of reconstruction and renovation. Most of the island was purchased by Larry Ellison several years ago, and he is putting in tremendous amount of effort and money into upgrading the properties and preserving the environment and creating a future island that will have organic farming, high-quality restaurants, and excellent jobs for the local residents. The two hotels have been ranked among the world's best for the last 20 years, and we had a chance to visit them back in 2002. And here we're presenting a movie that was made at that time to give you some idea of how beautiful it was and how beautiful it will become when it reopens early in 2016.
We're here at the lodge at Koele on Lanai. This is an amazing experience. The hotel is certainly one of the finest hotels in the state. We're up at a pretty high elevation. It's almost 2,000 feet high in the middle of Lanai, right next to Lanai City, about a mile away from Lanai City. And therefore it's cool, the air is fresh, and the scenery is rolling hills and mountains and forests. So this is going to be quite the program. We're going to be taking you on a tour of the lodge at Koele, as well as the hotel down by the ocean at Manele Bay. We're at Manele Bay. This is on the island of Lanai, a place that most Hawaii residents never get to, and that's a shame because the island is really quite interesting. The Manele Bay Resort is one of the very nice places to stay on Lanai. It's right on the ocean front. There's a beach next door, there's swimming pools, there's waterfalls, and the hotel has got a lot of very nice facilities, wonderful restaurants, beautiful views, and architecture that's like a Mediterranean villa set in the Hawaiian Islands with some Asian themes to it. The lobby has a Chinese motif, and you'll see Chinese artifacts and antiques, as well as murals gracing the walls of the Great Hall of the lobby. Very comfortable furniture to relax in the public places or in your rooms. Of course, the rooms are all quite large, and most of them have some sort of ocean view, so it makes a great visit. There's these different garden courtyards. There's 5 of these garden courtyards, each with its own theme. When you're staying on Lanai, you have your choice between Oceanfront Resort or the Inland Mountain Lodge at Koele, which is up nearly at 2,000 feet elevation. This map gives you a great idea of the geography of Lanai, and it's a huge map right in the lobby of the Manele Bay Hotel. Helps you get your bearings. And you can see the lodge at Koele is up here in the middle of the island at almost 2,000 feet elevation. And the Manele Bay Hotel is just down at the coastline on a beautiful sunny sandy beach. So you have your choice between properties, the lodge with the mountain resort feeling or the ocean resort of the Manele Bay Hotel on the beach. So you have a nice choice of kinds of facilities to pick from. Maybe you could stay a few nights at one hotel and a few nights at the other. Or in Lanai City, there's a small hotel in Lanai City. And Lanai City itself is a cute little place.
Arriving first at the lodge at Koele, we're checking in this beautiful up-country manor lodge. Then later in the program, we'll take you down to Manele Bay and show you around there as well. There are just 100 rooms at the lodge, so you're going to get some very personalized service when you arrive and throughout your stay here, including a personal leg reading.
Aloha and welcome to the lodge at Koele. Here you go. And we'll come right this way inside and check in at the front desk. Follow me.
And the hotel personnel take care of you from the moment you get there. Checking in is a breeze, and then you're escorted to the room.
And then we're going to go this way to your room.
Great.
The lobby and the bar look very inviting. We'll be spending some time here shortly.
So we are going down to your room. We are on the south wing. We just passed the bar, which is open from 11 to 11. And so you can have cocktails there if you would like. The concierge desk is open from 6:30 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. Please stop by. We can help you make your dinner reservations as well as your activities.
A resident cat.
It's a short walk through this breezy lanai from the lobby to your room. Catch some fresh air as you go.
Your ice machine is this first door on your left. So this is your room. Please come right on in. Let me go over your room with you and some of the features of your room. Here are your robes. These are wonderful robes. Live in them. You have your zippers at the bottom. You have an ironing board. You have 2 walking sticks and an umbrella. For the bathroom, you have your blow dryer there. Your bath amenities, they change every evening, and it's located here. The bellman should be up in a few moments, and when they come up, they'll open your mini bar, which is located here. So if we can be of any assistance to you, please give us a call at the concierge desk, okay? Thank you.
That gives you some idea of why the lodge was rated the #1 hotel for service in Hawaii by Travel and Leisure magazine. The hotels have won a lot of awards that we'll tell you about during the program, but first let's have a look around the grounds. There's a small Hawaiian chapel right next to the main lodge on the front lawn, and also in the front of the hotel is the horse pasture. Later in the program, we'll take you to the stables and tell you all about the horse riding facilities here. But the first thing you want to do is get settled in, enjoy a view of the sunset if you've arrived in the evening, and relax and enjoy this beautiful sight, and then get ready for dinner. In the main lodge, you have a choice of 2 dining rooms. You can eat in the great lobby itself, or there's the fine dining room just adjacent. Either way, you're going to have a very delightful meal. There are a couple of restaurants in town that you could pick from as well in Lanai City. But probably when you're staying at the lodge, you just want to relax here and take your meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner right in the lodge itself and enjoy this beautiful ambience. Live music is generally performed in the evening in the Great Hall, and the fireplaces are on every night at both ends of the Great Hall. Just a perfect spot to relax and enjoy your first evening. You're on vacation, so you'd probably like to sleep in, but if you get up early, this is what you'll see. A beautiful, serene early morning can be enjoyed in the back lawns at Koele. You'll see mist rising above the pond and a golden light hanging in the air. One of the really pleasant activities that you can enjoy at the lodge at Koele is simply walking around the grounds. They are beautifully landscaped. There's a bamboo forest, there's ponds, there's little streams and waterfalls and statues and fountains, and it's just a great experience simply taking a walk in the back garden. You can come out early in the morning, say before breakfast or just after breakfast. The lighting is beautiful. And the temperature is always pleasant here because we're up at an elevation, so it's cool, pleasant, and refreshing. This bamboo is really quite a sight. If you want to really experience the coolest part of the day in this refreshing place, it's worth getting up early like this and having a stroll. You can watch them feed the koi, watch the workers prepare the golf course for the coming day, and enjoy this golden lighting. The lodge is set right next to the pond, and there's also a greenhouse here. It's the orchid house. It was shipped in from England. It's a very charming spot, and there's other little nooks and crannies you can explore back here. There's the Japanese garden, and when you've seen some of it, it's time to come back in the lodge and enjoy a rewarding breakfast. They've got fresh fruits and a variety of delicious egg dishes here. And now let's meet one of the stars of the lodge.
Hi, aloha. My name is Stacy Pierce, and I'm the dining room manager here at the lodge at Koele. And we're standing in the Great Hall in this beautiful main lobby area, public area. The lodge itself was built in April of 1990 when it opened, and it is the largest wood structure in the state of Hawaii. A lot of the exposed wood that you see here in the Great Hall is all Philippine mahogany. The floors are a blackheart eucalyptus, and we had a lot of local folks come in and do a lot of the artwork and special touches, a lot of the stenciling, wall glazing, and there was a great attention to detail here that you're going to find everywhere in the Great Hall. Also in the Great Hall, we have a lot of antique furniture, paintings, and one-of-a-kind pieces of art. And at the concierge, when you come here, there is an art guide if you want to take that and walk through the hotel. It tells you about all the different pieces, when they were made, where they're from, what their function was, when they were built. So it's kind of interesting, and you can find a lot of things to do here just wandering around in the main building. And now we're in our what we call the music room, which is one of our theme rooms here at the lodge. This happens to be one of my favorite rooms. It's very beautiful with the artwork on the ceiling, very serene and quiet. A lot of guests can come in here and enjoy a cocktail or a beverage any time of the day or night. We do have a fireplace available when the weather gets a bit chilly. And at times we have a lot of visiting artists who come to the island of Lanai and do programs here in the music room, everything from musicians, novelists, artists, composers, a wide range of different talented people come here and do presentations here in our music room as well. And also, as you can see behind me, we have a lot of instruments of varying types from around the world to look at. Just one of my most favorite rooms in the hotel, just the color of it. And you can look out at the front of the hotel to the croquet courts if people are out there playing croquet. And now we're in our tea room. This is the one bar that we have here at the lodge at Koele. We can serve cocktails to you here and sit and enjoy, listen to the music coming from the Great Hall in the evenings. And again, just another special room here at the hotel. And here we are now in our trophy room, or some people refer to this as the game room. We have this available for you if you want to come enjoy, play board games like backgammon, chess, Chinese checkers, cards. The room has a sort of a hunting theme to it, and a lot of artwork depicting some of the local pheasant and quail that we have here on Lanai. And now we're standing in the lodge's library. This room features books of all types, and guests can come in, relax, and lounge here in the library, read some books or magazines. We also do feature this room a lot for private functions, for an intimate setting. We do a lot of guests come in here and have dinners, wedding dinners, or so it makes it more of an intimate setting for a private function. Again, all the Philippine mahogany, the bookshelves, it's just a nice kind of quiet place to come and relax and read a book and get away. The Lodge at Koele was designed to be fashioned after a traditional English hunting lodge. So, in fact, we get a lot of guests from all over the world who come here and are always telling me that this building really reminds them, reminiscent of someplace they've been before. So it is very traditional in its architecture and style. The idea being, if you come here, that you are actually staying in someone's English hunting lodge. The lodge has 102 rooms. 10 of those rooms are suites located in our main building just adjacent to the Great Hall. We have 2 wings on either side, which are 2-story. Some rooms overlook our garden area at the back of the hotel. We have rooms that look out here in the front overlooking the stables and the horses. And speaking of which, we do have trail rides available daily. You can pack your lunch and take that with you. We also offer a sporting clay experience, which a lot of people aren't very familiar with, but it's a lot of fun. We'll shuttle you up there, and even if you're a first-time shooter, you'll have a great time out there. They'll give you lessons, teach you how to do it. It's almost, it's very user-friendly, I guess is the word I would say for that activity. You can also either be shuttled to or walk close nearby to tennis. And behind us, we also have a pool with jacuzzi and our little fitness center. We offer massages there as well. We have bicycles available, so if you want to take off on your own and ride into town, it's an easy ride, or head out towards the stables and go off-road for some dirt bike riding on your bicycle. Well, we do get a wide range of guests from all over the world, and in the United States, of course. Some choose to come here just to relax. If that's what you want to do, is just read a book and be on the beach, that's perfect for that here. But we do, again, have a lot of activities, water sports, if you want to play croquet or lawn bowl, those kinds of things are available to you. But I think mostly people come here just to experience one of the last, places in Hawaii that's quiet and serene and very unspoiled. The lodge is a very unique property. It's really the one and only of its kind in the state. So we do get a lot of Kama'ainas who love to come here and relax, have a weekend, and really experience something different than they would down at the ocean or near the beach. So again, I think just the setting is so unique at the lodge. We are about 1,700 feet above sea level here. So it does get a very moderate climate at this elevation, not very hot in the summer, and so that's very comfortable. In the wintertime, it's cool enough in the evenings that fireplaces are running year-round here, so a lot of people really enjoy that as well, that aspect of it. Most of our employees here are residents, been here for years, most of which who made transitions from the plantation days when they were out working in the fields picking pineapple, or in some sort of management level with the plantation. Most of them did receive training and moved here up to the lodge and are working in all capacities. So a lot of them have a wealth of information. If you come and ask questions, they'll be happy to pass that information on to you as well. The hotels employ most of the population, working population on the island, and there are a few businesses in town that are privately owned. We have 3 grocery stores, 1 gas station, 1 clothing store, and a couple other little gift shops and eating establishments in town. Lanai City in the center of town is really, the business district. It's not very big. You can go down there in a day and walk around and go into the stores and do a little bit of shopping and perhaps get a bite to eat.
How about the traffic? Any traffic lights or rush hour?
No, I think this is the only island left in Hawaii that has no traffic lights. We have stop signs, and that's about it. So there's no traffic jams or stress with traffic. And if you come here, you don't even need a car. We'll shuttle you to and from the hotels. We'll drop you off in town. If you want to rent a car for a day and do some exploring on your own, that's certainly available to you also. Yeah, but you don't have to get in a car and do any driving when you're here. We do have car rental in town. They do rent Jeep Wranglers, so if you'd like to rent a car for a day or so and do some exploring, drive down to the Garden of the Gods or go over to the other side of the island that overlooks Lahaina, Maui, and you can see a great view of Molokai down to Shipwreck Beach and along that ocean front. Do a lot of beach combing there, and there are days where you just may not see anybody. You can take a picnic lunch with you and just spend an afternoon by yourselves there on the water in the sand. You can go across the Monroe Trail, which is the highest mountain area on the island. It's about 3,300 feet in elevation there. There is one road that traverses the center of the island. Some great views again up there as well, and make an afternoon of it.
And of course, for many guests, golf is a very popular activity here. And it's a spectacular golf course set in the wooded uplands and 163 acres that really takes advantage of the natural terrain. It's such a beautiful package here with the golf course and the hotel that it was ranked the world's best golf resort in 1997 by Condé Nast Travel Magazine's Readers' Poll. That's quite an honor. And it's scored many awards since then. Here's the signature hole. It drops 250 feet down to the fairway. There's a lake on one side. There's 7 lakes here on the golf course. That's one of the Ted Robinson trademarks. And there's the villas at Koele. You can even buy a private home and enjoy this golf course every day if you're so inclined. And there's a clubhouse with a nice little restaurant. And you have a good view looking out over the greens. The back 9 is set in the more flat rolling hillside that used to be more of the pineapple plantation. And there's a pro shop cater to your immediate golfing needs, pick up some clothing. There's not too many shops on the island, but they've got some nice shops at the hotels. And there's some forests here in the uplands as well. You might enjoy a little walk in the woods. You can do some hiking up here in the area around the lodge, around the golf course. There's some nature trails, and part of it takes you through the Cathedral of Pines, they call it. These are Cook pines from the Cook Islands. Beautiful tall trees. It's nice and cool and fresh up here. The ground is all soft and carpeted with the pine needles. It's a beautiful place. This is an easy walk, but there are several longer hikes, such as along the Monroe Trail for those who are adventurous. Another outdoor activity you might enjoy is shooting trap and skeet.
I'd like to welcome you to Lanai Pine Sporting Clays. We have a 14-station sporting clay course here at Lanai Pine Sporting Clays, and sporting clays originated in England about 70 years ago. So what we have set up here is simulated game hunting targets where people can come out, take their shotgun and shoot at various sized discs, rabbits that run on the ground, as we're going to shoot here for you. And it makes it an interesting thing for everybody to come out and shoot with a shotgun. And we get a lot of first timers here. So we're going to take you through the lesson just like first timer and give you some coaching tips here as we go along today. Okay. Face onto the stock for me and bring your head forward just a little bit, Dennis. That looks pretty good right there. I'm going to have you bring the gun up here, point right at the top of those trees, and I'm going to pull a target, and all I'm going to ask you to do is remember this pencil. We're going to draw a line right up to the target to start with here, okay? Here comes the target, Dennis. Follow up under it easy, bang. Okay, whoa. Well, how was that for the first shot, huh? All right. Okay. Some general tips are, one, if you can, shoot with both eyes open. That way you have both eyes working for you to watch the target, okay? Two is always think ahead, okay? These birds are moving, so you have to get the shot in front of the target, and if you're behind, obviously, you're always going to miss. So we like to try to teach people to get in front. Yep, that's about it. Okay. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it?
Just hit it. Hit the darn thing.
Hit the darn thing, you're right. Look at the bird, bang. All right, whoa. Dennis, hey! Nice shot. All right, congratulations on your first there. Let's move on to the bouncing bunnies, okay?
Oh, he jumped.
Oh, well, that wily rabbit. You know. Woo! Yeah, there you go. Yep. So by the time you learn how to shoot targets and catch the shells, you're going to go out of here with style and grace too, Dennis.
Oh, good. I hope so. All right. Well, that was fun. At least I hit something.
You did actually very good. What we do, as you just found out, is bring you out here. We give you some simpler targets to start with and get you a little coaching pointers and get the targets coming at you nice and soft and like the rabbit. And look what you did, okay? 2 in a row on that incomer, got the rabbit all wired, and so it doesn't take long to catch on with this. And like you said, spread of the target and the pattern and stuff, it makes it a lot of fun. So we get a lot of people hooked on this. Well, Dennis, as we're going through our course here, let's go find something else to do.
Okay.
Actually, you're getting an introductory to our new archery range. We just completely remodeled it and spent the last few weeks getting us all set up and brought in new kind of targets here, and so we're happy to have you here today because you're going to be the first one showing this all around the islands, okay? I have with me today Alberta DeJetley. She's one of our instructors here at the range, not only in shotgun but in archery, and she's going to be the one that's going to give you an introductory here to archery.
There are 4 things about shooting a bow. The first thing that you need to do is you need to get your stance. Yes, okay, so you've got your stance, your draw,
back,
your aim, up, release.
okay.
Not bad.
Okay.
When you do your aim, it is really helpful if you hold your bow out in the extended position for no more than 3 or 4 seconds. Oh, okay, that's got it. Now you're adjusted. Oh! Yes.
We've got both stations for the kids depending on how big they are. There you go. Okay, well Dennis, did you have a good introductory lesson with Alberta?
It was a lot of fun.
You had a lot of fun?
This is the first time since high school that I've had a bow in my hand.
Well, that's good. That's the reason we designed this course, is to get people up like you. Haven't shot in a long time. See how much fun you've been missing?
And it is a lot of fun.
Great.
Anybody can shoot.
That's correct. It's been a pleasure having you here today.
Dennis, thank you so much.
Hope you've enjoyed all of our activities, and come on back and bring some friends.
We'll do.
All right.
You can use your own shotgun or bow if you like, or you can just rent them here in the convenient pro shop. Another nice activity is riding the horses. There's a wonderful stable here at Koele, and we're going to meet the assistant manager who will tell us all about it.
Well, my name's Darren Barfield. I'm the assistant manager here at the stable.
And what kind of activities are there?
We offer a wide variety of activities. We have group rides and private rides. The group rides ranging from about an hour long to upwards of 2.5 hours. Just depends on how long you want to ride. They all offer excellent scenic views. We go up over the ridge towards Maui and Molokai. Then we do private rides that are good for more advanced riders or people that just want to go out on their own. Usually just 1 or 2 riders and their guide. You cover a little more ground because you can move a little quicker. Well, we start out here at the stable in front of the lodge, and we go uphill from here over the ridge. We don't make it to the peak of the island, but we do get up a little over 2,000 feet where you can see off both sides, out towards Honolulu, Oahu, over towards Maui. And we'll ride the ridge line for a while, depending on the length of the ride. Sometimes we go down the other side of the island a little bit. Sometimes we'll just stay on the ridge and then head back in.
And it's all on a trail, horse trails?
The group trails are all on a fairly set trail. The private rides we're able to mix and match, and we follow deer trails and cow trails and some no trails at all. Just kind of work our way through the mountainside.
And how long have you been working here?
I've been here almost 8 years now.
8 years.
Yeah, so starting to like it a little bit. Oh, this is a wonderful job. It beats working for a living. It's a peaceful, quiet island. Unlike most of the other islands where you're at beach level all the time, it's really cool up here. We're about 2,000 feet, so the air's 10 or 15 degrees cooler. There's always a nice trade wind. There's never a crowd. This island, since I've been here, doesn't get crowded even when the hotels are full. There's no traffic lights, there's no traffic. You can't beat it.
Really peaceful.
Very peaceful, very laid back. We have about 40 horses. Some really nice paint and quarter horse mixes that we use for riding, a couple of thoroughbreds, some really nice lesson horses that we teach riding lessons on. We have some real nice horses that'll do just about anything you want them to. We have some brood mares and 1 stallion here, a pretty good mix of weanlings, yearlings, and 2-year-olds, our future trail horses that aren't quite ready for training yet.
So you've developed your own crop of horses, your own...
Oh yeah. We have a really nice quarter horse stallion from the mainland. He throws some really nice babies. They're very quiet, easy to train, not to mention pretty good looking. We got a bunch of babies right now. We have one out there that's only about 2 weeks old.
Wow.
This is our unnamed 2-week-old baby coming up. And she's a little upset. It looks like we interrupted her breakfast. Come here, Lena. That's it. Give baby some big breakfast too.
So most of your 40 horses were born here?
I'd say right now about 1/3 of them. We do have a bunch of horses from the other islands. We typically buy horses on the Big Island and Kauai and Maui. And we do have a few horses from the mainland as well. He's going to be a really nice horse.
What's wrong with that other horse?
Yeah. This is what I was saying. All our babies are so sweet and friendly. At this age, they all come right up to you. They like to play.
Yeah, we noticed them last night just before sunset. They were all out there munching away.
Oh yeah. Well, and the tourists really like that too. Right up in front of the lodge with a couple of little babies. This pasture and the next one above is where we usually keep the babies. Yeah, we rotate them around so that the grass has a chance to grow all the time. Oh, come here, baby. Come here. That's it. You want some? Oh, it's okay. Oh, look at you. You're cute. Hey.
Definitely a nice way to spend part of your day at the lodge at Koele. And the stables are just across the street from the hotel, so you can simply walk on over here and hitch a ride. Back in the lawns of the gardens of Koele, David Murdoch, the owner of the properties, insisted they retain as much of the natural vegetation as possible and then add these delightful enhancements to it. By now, perhaps you've worked up an appetite, so let's go meet the chef.
Good afternoon, my name's Chef Andrew Mannion Copley, and I'm here at the lodge at Koele on the island of Lanai. I've been here at the lodge now just about 3 years, and it's a beautiful spot. It's the perfect job in the world, and I think the reason why I like it so much is the fact that the surrounding areas help me produce the food and the philosophy I like to go into. If you take a look around the grounds, you'll see it's very upcountry, rural, which again goes into the food, what we do. And then obviously being in Hawaii, we have an abundance of fish life, and some of the nicest fish we have on the islands is a snapper. It's a deep sea red snapper called a naga. And we do a little twist with that one. We make it with a little ginger crab, so it has not so much an Asian influence, but just a small adaptation of Hawaii. And then we bring it back with a little fresh Big Island spinach. We have some country corn, and we make a nice basil broth with that one. Another one we have is our Kona lobster salad with shrimp. We serve that with island mango and a little bit of mixed greens again from the islands. Really light, refreshing. Serves well as an appetizer to get the evening started. We serve a specialty Kobe beef. It's a tenderloin. It's served on a celeriac puree, which is more of a European vegetable, but fits really earthy into the areas where we live. We make a nice roasted portobello mushroom, charred eggplant salad sits on top, and then we serve that with a little bit of arugula oil. Again, one of the nicer dishes in our formal dining room, fairly popular with our guests. So one of our dishes, our specialty dishes, is the rack of lamb. It's a 4-bone cut of lamb. We serve it medium rare to rare. Obviously, it's the best flavour comes out at that temperature. And we serve that with a bed of ratatouille vegetables, and we encase that in zucchini. The vegetables, again, are cooked in a tomato broth and binded together with some heirloom tomatoes to make this ratatouille mix. We then present that with a balsamic reduction, and we finish it with a little bit of micro basil and a parmesan chip. So it's kind of got a little bit of a flair of tomatoes, cheese going into the balsamic into the lamb. It's a very popular dish. Well, obviously a lot of the seafood is from the oceans here. It's we buy from Honolulu, from the fish markets. First thing in the morning we have a buyer, and we have the fish arrive roughly about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and then we prepare that for that evening. So it's the best place in the world to ever receive fresh fish. Obviously we have the Lanai venison, which is here on the island raised. We serve that one too, and again we order through our own island ranges. The vegetable side of it, we have a lot of local herbs, local baby vegetables are grown here on Lanai, and also the surrounding islands. Well, the difference between the two dining rooms is the terrace restaurant is our all-day, more of a, I wouldn't say a family restaurant, but more of a family restaurant compared to the formal. We do a breakfast, lunch and dinner, and we emphasize it on rustic American, larger portions, lots of braised items, very country style, with a little bit of European flair in there as too, and also the American ingredients or Hawaiian ingredients too. To define the formal dining room is we still stay in the rustic American influence, but we refine it with the ingredients. The presentation is a little bit more upscale, and obviously the service is to a formal dining room standard. A little bit of my history is I was born and raised in the UK, England. I went to culinary school in England, and then from the areas of London, I worked through some of the major hotels there for 4 or 5 years. Then my travels took me across to Australia, where I lived for roughly about 10 years there, and then eventually moving to the Hawaiian Islands, first at the Ritz-Carlton in Kapalua, moved away to San Francisco, Ritz-Carlton, and then finally here to the island of Lanai. We call it rustic American, but it's not. It's more like an upcountry. With the ingredients you're using, it's more like an upcountry Hawaiian food, really. The way we're saying it is we're using all the Hawaiian produce, but we do use a lot of European and rustic American. So there's no Pacific Rim really involved, that's why we differ a lot from the other places. I think to put the Pacific Rim here wouldn't look, because of the ambience, it wouldn't fit. We gauge our food around the surrounding areas and the lodge. But as a word, I will probably call it upcountry Hawaiian rustic American.
That's a mouthful. You're sure to enjoy the cuisine here. Bon Appetit magazine calls the cuisine here a wonderful fusion. And that it is. After dinner, you can relax in the Great Hall, listen to some tunes, and get ready to turn in for a nice peaceful evening sleep.